Hey guys, I'm Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today we are going to be doing two Easter cards with two techniques, and I'm hoping that you're going to love them as much as I am. They're much easier than I thought they were, and I was very intimidated by them at first. So, no, they're super simple. Thank you for being here, and if you can, subscribe. I'm still trying to get to that 2,000 number. I'm only 70 away, you guys. Share the video so that maybe other people can like it too. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip you around. Oh, there was a reason. Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. Okay. There. Wow, that's really close. Let me raise you up a little bit. This is the part I don't like. Hey, Daddy, I'm glad you could make it. I'm taking it you were in the car. All right, let's see what I can do here. I'm trying to tighten my thing. All right. Whoops, this way. Okay, there we go. So sorry. All right, so the first card, both of them are going to be using the Easter Bunny, which I haven't used in a while. But since my last name is Easter Day, I figured I better be doing an Easter card. I'm using the heartfelt hellos to do this thinking of you this Easter, because this is a free set you can get with Celebration. And also I am using this bunny out of here, but instead of having him hold a cupcake, I'm going to have him holding an egg. So let's get started. All right, so I've seen this technique out there on the web for a while now, and it just looks so difficult. I don't know why I always get intimidated. I just think, oh, that looks too hard. And then I try it and it's super simple. Oh, by the way, this is my first time. Well, not my first time, but since I went to Disney last time, with our vacation club, they let you make a tie-dye shirt. It has Mickey on the front, and I helped make it. So I'm wearing that today. I don't want you to think I'm always wearing tie-dye. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just that I'm not used to doing that. All right. So we have Calypso Coral and Misty Moonlight, which, you know, I never probably would have put these together, but we're using today this other designer paper from the Celebration, and this is the bird one, and everything's listed on my blog underneath for what I've used. And if you want the PDF for this, just sign up for my newsletter on my blog, which is tedderbearstamping.com, and sign up for that. And then every week that I do a video, I do PDFs and I send them to you guys. So that's just something that I like to do to say thank you for following me. All right, so what we're going to do first is put this onto here. Now, when I saw this, excuse me. Thanks, Dottie. When I saw the thing, I thought that they cut the DSP, and I thought, how do you do that to have it be the same? I just was like, okay, too hard. But then I realized that's not what they did. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Now, the trick to making this is that your strips need to be the same color as your base, so it gives the optical illusion that it's cut. All right, so we're going to bring in, this uses the Stylish Shapes, and it's the second from the smallest. And I'm going to turn it this way, and let's see if I can get it right the first time. If not, I do have it stamped and ready just in case. Hey, Mary. Hey, Dottie. I know I already said Dottie, but I was just so glad that she made it because she was, I think, in the car. All right, so we're gonna do this. Let's see if I can do it. Hey, not bad. I know, I always act so surprised. All right, and then I cut a square to go behind it because the one that goes the next in line is too big. I just wanted a very small border. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on. All right, so we'll bring this back in, and this is gonna go on here. And you kind of want it to be up a little bit. And we want to kind of center it this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this down. And this card, believe it or not, has no dimensionals. I mean, like, hello. You guys know I love my dimensionals, but this one doesn't have any because it will ruin the, I think, the illusion. All right, so you're gonna have a 1/4 inch. Hey, Fran, I'm so glad you made it. So we are going to start with a 1/4 inch by however long. You just want it to be long enough to when you put it on, it's not gonna, like, you want it to go past. So what I do is I'm gonna start on this corner and just butt this right up exactly. And I'm going to use liquid glue because that's easier since it's so thin. So you guys need to let people know if you share my videos or like tell people about me that if they watch live, then they get to be in the drawing, which is really fun. All right, I'm going to trim these all off at the end, but then you come in and you turn it and you butt that one up. And I'm going to tear this just so I know not to put so much, like put glue all the way down. But this is what's so nice is it's very easy. All right, then we're going to move it. And let me get one more. They're stuck together. All right, and we're going to do it here. And again, I want to tear it just so that I know where to stop with my glue. Thank you, Fran. I really appreciate that. All right, so, whoa, see, this is why liquid glue is best. So you can maneuver it a little bit. And then we have one left. And we're going to just do the same thing. See how simple that was? And all this time I thought that they cut each one of these. And I thought, how did they do that to where it looks so good? Okay. So as long as you get everything flush up against each other, it's going to look right. And this one, I think I pushed it back. Well, I think it'll be all right. All right, so now that we have those on, I'm going to bring in my scissors and just trim off those edges. And the best way to do it is from the back so that you can make it flush and not have to worry about accidentally cutting into your cardstock. Okay. So do you see how that looks like it's like you've cut this and it's just sitting there? It's not. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on to our base. Let me put my glue away. So a lot of times to pick my colors for my projects, I go from what's in the card. And I really love this bird right here. So that's the colors that I pulled. And sometimes they're colors that I don't use very often, and it really gets me out of my little hole that I put myself in because I always am afraid that something might not look right. All right, So then we have a piece for the inside. And well, one thing that I forgot is that you're supposed to trim it to be right up against the DSP, but I don't think it looks too bad having it go the whole thing. You guys will have to let me know. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this. And this is where the other set came in, and it says Happy Easter. Of course, I have to put day after Easter just when I send it to my family, because that's what we do. We always say Happy Easter Day. And then I have the little bird that I'm just going to put at the bottom because I don't like it to be just the words. Whoops. Well, let's see if I can line that up. If I don't, ooh, I'm scared. Well, somewhat okay. And then I'm going to use the bird on my envelope. But do you see how fast that was? And it was pretty easy. I think sometimes we just convince ourselves it's too hard. And then this goes inside. This paper is absolutely stunning, and it's only good for, oh, today's the 8th, another 20 days or so. I don't know how, I think this month goes a little longer than usual. But what do you guys think? All right, so I have these dots, and look, this matches perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and put one on. Well, more than one. But I'm going to put, because this gets kind of bare right there. So I wanted to add that in. And I'm going to put one down here, a big one and a little one. So cute. Doesn't take much to make me happy. Give me a little bling, some beautiful paper, and you've got me. All right. So there we go. That was fast. And it's only 12 minutes in. And you didn't have to cut your paper. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. And we're going to come in with our next card, which this one really, I have been wanting to do this technique for a long time. And like usual, I didn't think that it would be easy. But then one of my team members brought it to my attention, and we did it at a team meeting. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so much easier than I thought. So now I'm showing you so that you won't get caught in that too. Thanks, Robin. Okay, I'm trying to read what Dottie asked. It does look like a lot of work, Hindi. I just did it to where I knew that I liked what I saw. I really didn't think about it, whether or not it was gonna work or not. It could have been covered up with the birds, but that worked out perfect, didn't it, Dottie? All right, so this is another part of the bird paper. Look at that side. See, now this is the biggest part, is which side do you want to use? But this one is the side I chose to use, and I love it. And this is just going to go on the inside. Always hoping I get it down right. All right. Then we have another piece of the bird paper, and then I just am using the back, and we're going to put that on the front of this flap. Thanks, Fran. Fran is a part of my Tedder Bear stamping techniques and cards on Facebook. I closed the group because I was worried that I wasn't participating enough, but I'm glad that I didn't shut it all the way. All right, so we have this is for the mechanism. It's 2 1/4 by 3, and I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored, and you're going to put the long end at the top, and then you're going to score at every 3/4. 3/4, then 1 1/2, right? Yeah. 2 1/4, and then you have it. All right, and then I'm just going to fold on each of these and burnish it. Definitely want good creases. All right, then you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to put it kind of towards the middle, and you're only going to put adhesive on the first rectangle, and that is not straight, but I don't think it really matters. But let me fix it just to be on the safe side. I'd hate to have this not work and then have to do it again. Hold on. I'm trying to line it up so that I can use my bone folder. This is what happens when you really crease it well and then you realize that you didn't quite get it right. Okay. There. Now it's all lined up. All right. So the opening goes towards the middle, and I'm just going to flip it upside down, and do this one right here. You can use tear and tape if you want, but this Fast Fuse, or not Fast Fuse, Stampin' Seal Plus works. And I am just going to put it right up to the score line. See, everything, nothing is attached but that one. Okay. Hey, Haiti, how are you? All right, I'm going to put this aside for now because we have to finish doing other things. So I have 2 of these that are exactly the same size and 2 of these that are exactly the same size. So we only need 1 right now. And I'm going to bring in my pad here and my brush. Hold on, it's my son made this for me. Isn't that cute with his 3D? And I use it for my videos because it's small. And I usually only use 2 or 3 per card. All right, so I'm going to, now on my pictures, I used Old Olive, but in this, Old Olive is too light. I wanted to use the darker green, so I'm going with Garden Green, which I should have done to begin with, but sometimes I design and then I realize after the fact, oops, I should have done it that way. So we're just gonna do this at the bottom, just so that when I add the grass, it looks good. Okay, I'll close this. Then I have 2 of the grass, and I am going to fluff the grass just to give it some life. You don't have to do it right at this minute because we're going to do it. What I did is I did it after I put it on. It is, Dottie. It's so funny when Pat comes over to help me because she's my right-hand girl on when we do classes and stuff. I always do it one way for myself, and then I tell her how to fix it and not do it the way I just did it, because there's a better way, but I didn't know it until after the fact. So that just makes it much easier. So Pat's is always right. All right, so now I'm just going to hold this down because I got the glue on there, and I'm just gonna have this be. And of course, I didn't stamp my bunny first. which you should probably do because then you can put the grass in there. All right, we're gonna just go for it and see. All right, where did I put, hold on, I just need to get my black. My memento, because that's what you use when you're coloring. All right, let's get him as close to the top of this grass as we can, and I might have messed it up. No, I did good. Okay, sorry. I thought I put him down and then didn't. All right. Then I am going to come back in with this before I color him, and I'm going to come in with Balmy Blue and just do the top. And I have a little thing here, but I can cover that up later. All right, let's move this out of the way and get my other one. Don't worry about going over him. You can go around him and it's all good. It's very subtle on the picture, but it looks really good in person. All right, so now we're going to color him. Yours is always right, Pat. All right, I'm going to bring in, let's see, of course, because I'm using copper clay in my paper, I want to use it for the coloring. And I go by what the artist does, and where all the lines are, I'm going to make that my darkness. And this is, now you could cut him and fussy cut him and put him on flat, but I figured he's, I mean, you know, he's good like this, so I'm not going to worry. All right. So I just come in with the dark and go over what the artist did. Now I'm going to leave the ear ones because I want to do those a different color. All right, I'm coming in with the light now. And I don't go all the way over the dark because I don't want to change it. I just want to blend it. So I just touch onto it so that it's got a nice edge. And just kind of go next to it, and then it makes it, you can really see. And I have some of this on order, so hopefully this won't die before I get done with this, but it's almost gone. And it's due, I think, tomorrow. All right, I wanted to, because his head, I know the artist didn't do this, but I like to make it look like it's more 3D. And his head is kind of hanging over the top of his body. So I just kind of want to add that in there. And I don't have to worry about the cupcake because I am not going, it's going to be covered up. So far, so good on the blend. Staying alive. Now I know he's dark, but that's how I wanted him. Whoops. Okay. Then I did the crumb cake, but I think I'm only going to use the light. And I'm just going to do his muzzle, leave his nose. And then I'm going to do the foot, but leave these little pads. Okay. All right, so this is where I come in with the fresh freesia because I'm going to be using that too. So that's why I like to have it all coordinate, which is so awesome. All right, so I'm going to make his ears pink because I think they look cute that way. Whoops. And his nose and his little pads for his feet. I don't know whether bunnies look like this, but mine does. All right. I'm moving those out of the way. All right, so we have that. Now we just have to, I'm going to get my scrap here and I'm going to stamp an egg. And I'm going to do that. But I am only going to do one egg because he's only going to be holding one egg. All right, and then we're going to come in with the blends, the same colors, and I am going to go ahead and I'm doing the dark first, and we're just going to do the edges. I think my grandkids will really love these cards. Now, there isn't a huge difference on these two, so I'm going to go back in with the dark and make it even darker. Did you know you could layer your blends? And it will make a difference. There, see how much difference that looks just by going over it twice. All right, so now we're going to trim this, and I'm going to try to leave a white border and have it look like it was professionally done. We'll see how well that comes out. Like if it was die cut, that's what I mean by professionally. And as I always say, you have to hold your mouth just right to get this perfect. I'm usually making a funny face when I fussy cut. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put some of this seal, not seal. Why do I keep saying that? Well, it is seal plus. All right, and we're going to just put it right. I want to cover up. Hold on. There. Now he looks like he's holding an egg. Isn't that cute? All right. Then we are going to bring in, with my scrap, we're going to do Thinking of You this Easter again, but I need to clean it because I am using a different color. And we're going to use this time the copper clay. He is a happy bunny. He's the Easter bunny. Of course he's going to be happy. Okay. So I have that, but I want to cut him out in the shape of the cloud. And this cloud is from the Give It a Whirl dies. I used the big fat one right here. This one, it wouldn't fit. No, this big one. So sorry, this fat one. Not this one. So these three were the only clouds, and I needed to use a nice big one. All right. So you would go ahead and die cut that, and it would come out like this. And since I got a little smudge there, we'll put it right over that. As people say, there is no mistakes, just mistakes, or not mistakes, just a reason to use an embellishment. So I'm going to put that right here. Perfect. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. So once I'm done with all my stamping, we'll get to how we can make these float. There we go. And we have the other one that matches. And we're just going to do that Happy Easter again because I am sending it to my grandkids and whatever two you guys don't choose. And we're going to use the copper clay again. Got to leave room for my, if I wanted to, say Happy Easter Day. All right, and that's going to go. So you got to have room to write your note. Now, if I would have thought, I would have brought it down a little bit more so there wouldn't be hardly any space to write in because I never know what to say other than that I love you. Okay. All right, now comes the fun part. We're going to bring this back in and we're going to start with this one. So you go ahead and it's open. It's not attached, but fold it in half and just do it on this strip here, just like you did for the other side. You know, Daddy, you have to like hold your mouth a certain way to get it to work. All right, now this I am going to put kind of in the middle, right up to the edge, because I don't want any of that white showing. And because we did it that way, let's see if I did that right. Yes, I did. I did, right? Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. I did do something wrong, didn't I? Hold on 1 second. There is something I'm missing to make this be right. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take this off because I got to think about this for a sec. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not missing anything, and that's the way it goes. Oh, I know what it is. Ha. So, ha. Now I remember. All right, so I was right about putting this on. You just close this. Excuse me. And now you have your box. I knew I did something wrong. So now you're going to go ahead and put your adhesive right there and go ahead, make sure he's in the middle, right up to the edge of that. There. I was like, why does that look weird? But you definitely want to do this when it's all the way open. So when you go to open it, it will lay flat. I did it once and I did not have it be like that and it didn't open properly. So that's the way to do it. All right. So now we're going to close this and this is going to go right on top. You want it to line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over exactly over. So it's still the same side that I am going to be putting my adhesive on. Make sure I line it up because I don't want the adhesive to go off. And just, you see where the side is here, that's where you want to put your adhesive. If I can get it to go, there we go. And I'm going to do 3 strips just to make sure it's nice and strong. All right, so now we know because I lined it up, this is not going to go over this part because you don't want it to do that. Then I'm going to line this up. Make sure it's good. I don't want it to not match. Okay. There. And now look, this piece is like it's floating on the back. Isn't that cool? So that is it for that card. Oh my gosh, in 34 minutes, we got it all done. All right, you could stamp your envelope with the bunny, which I think I might do. I'm not going to color him, but I think he'd be cute on the front. Then that way they know that they're getting something special. Have you guys ever gotten a card that has something like that on the front? I just got a little black on the card, but you know, people throw away the envelope, so it's not a big deal. All right, so we have this one, and this one. So what did you guys think? Was that easy other than me forgetting the one spot? Okay, so here's the one where you cut it up to the DSP. And then here's the one where I went past. Is it super noticeable that I went past? Because I can always come in and try to trim that. I think I could. But I still think it looks pretty. But now that I've raised that, might have to put a glue dot under there. All right, so you guys will have to tell me which way you like it better and which one you would like to get in your mailbox. And so, Pat, you can go ahead and do the drawing. Wow. Thank you, Dottie. I thought I made a mistake, but you like the one that goes past better. I like that. All right. So I want to be able to send these to you. And I think that you guys would love to get these. I'm just waiting for Miss Pat. There we go. Haiti and Mary. Yay. So Haiti's coming on Saturday. So I will give her hers on Saturday. Save me a little bit of postage. And Mary, I always love sending you something. So that's great. So I don't know. Next week I might be pre-recorded. We'll have to wait and see on what I do. But we shall see. But I hope that you guys tune in anyway. Okay. All right. Well, I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for coming.